today we're going to be doing this 90s slash metal slash chrome heart look. I really don't know what to call it, but these were my friend Kylie's birthday nails, and the last nails we did got so many views and it did so well on here, so I was like, let's record your next set, and that's exactly what we did. So of course I'm starting out with prepping her natural nails. Remember, when doing this on your client, you're just trying to take off the cuticle on the nail bed. You're not trying to take down the nail, nor are you trying to be rough. The video is very sped up, but if I was to put it in regular speed like I do some videos, if you go check out some other videos, you can see I'm just doing 1 or 2 rollovers on each part and move on, and also I'm hitting the side so I can get the cuticle off of there, and that's all you're gonna do. Now I'm going in with my nail tips from off of my website, caribbeauty.com, which is linked in the description box below if you want to purchase some. And these are my extra long tapered coffin nail tips, and they work beautifully for really any nail shape you're trying to achieve. And I like to use these on her because she usually likes to get long and a tapered square kind of look. So yeah, I love to use these on clients who love that shape because they just come out perfect. And I really, as you're gonna see in the video, I really have to do minimal filing. So just make sure when you're sizing them up, make sure they touch sidewall to sidewall. Nothing is hanging off. Nothing is too small, because if so, that can cause the nail to come up. And also, if it's too big, that can again cause the nail to come up because it'll be touching the skin and be forced to lift up and pop your client's nails off. And make sure you also are generous with the glue, but not too much, not too little. Just enough that the nail is sticking on well and it's not leaking all over the client's skin. Okay, y'all. So now when I go into the thumb, as I said, I was using the nail tips a little bigger so I can get that taper coffin look. Right there. You don't want that hanging off the skin. Go in with some scissors, trim the edge like this. Line it up with the sidewall and you'll get a perfect fit. Always go with the bigger tip and clip the sides. You'll always get a better result. Once again, make sure you're nice and generous with that glue. Now, as you can see, I'm going in with the form. As I said in my last video, I do not at all like the magnet trick because I do not like tip cutters. I prefer a small pair of scissors, or if not, straight edged nail clippers. But I just like to now do this with the form, and I was cutting at number 5 for each one of the nails, and they were sized in the exact same length for every single nail. And I love this hack so much because I feel like it's just way better than the magnets. I just really don't like the magnets. That's just my personal preference. But if you like the magnets, use the magnets, but just make sure all your clients' nails are the same length. It will give you a way neater look than rather you just sitting there eyeballing it, I promise you. Now going in with that same sanding band that was used to prep her nails, you just want to go in with that and run over the nail tip a couple times to blend in the tip. Alright, y'all, so this is the primer and dehydrator I like to use. I like this, and Mia Secret works great. I just have this near me, so this is the one I use, but like I told you, I like both systems and they both work great for me for retention. 1 to 2 swipes for each nail. You do not need to go overboard. Do not get this on the skin. Leave it on the nail bed. Alright, so for the acrylic application, I just like to go in with like a medium to wet bead. I kind of like to work a little with wetter beads because, as you can see, I like to do like the 2 bead method on each nail. Maybe 3 beads if I have to, but most of the time it's 2 beads. 1 for the complete nail, then 1 for the cuticle. And as you can see, I like drag that bead all the way down. So I recommend, if you want to use this method, to work a little wetter than drier because you'll get a better result. Also, a little hack for my nail tech girlies watching, seal the cuticle with your acrylic brush so you do not have to seal the cuticle with your e-file. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and it works great for me. It doesn't at all bother my lifting. Like, I don't have lifting with my clients, and it works great. Like, the way I do it is, you like gonna see, I just take the tip of my acrylic brush and like push it into the cuticle without touching the skin. And then after that, when I go in to file my nails, I don't even use the e-file to seal my cuticles because I've already done it with my acrylic brush. And like I said, my clients don't never come back and be like, oh my God, my nail lifted. Like, it's never none of those problems. So this works, and I recommend it for like a quote unquote time saver. You know, if you're trying to build up speed, this is a great way to do it. Now for filing and buffing, I like to use an 80/80 grit file. If you're a beginner nail tech, I do not recommend this grit of a file. It's too rough, it's too abrasive, and you won't know how to control it when you're first starting out. Use a 100/180, but if you're a bit more experienced like me, I would recommend the 80/80. And as I tell people all the time, it's not in the products you use, it's how you use them. So I guarantee you I can get this same shape with 180 grit. You know, even if I wasn't using the 80/80, it's how you use it. But like I said, this is way more coarse than your 180 grit, so you are more likely to cut a client because you won't know how to control it. I like to use this grit, but for beginners, do not use it. The buffer, these are just some regular buffers. I don't even know the grit on them, but they were fab. Of course, use a new buffer every single time so you can get a nice buff, because the more you use it, the more that joint will get dull and you'll be sitting there buffing for hours trying to get that joint smooth. Do not do it. Just simply use a new one. Alright, y'all, so for the nail art, I'm using Metalone's nail art brushes, the same ones I use every video that work beautiful on me every single time. But like I said, these ones and the Beatles ones work great, and they're super cheap on Amazon, and they work great because, you know, your girl is always trying to find a bang for her buck, because honestly, you do not have to buy these like $30 and $40 nail art brushes you see on all these Instagram. Like, you know, I love a small business. I'm a small business, but you know, if you trying to cut corners and save your coins, this is one way to do it, babes. And you could do it starting out with those nail brushes. These were, I think, like $9 a pack of 5, and as you can see, they work great. And they gonna give you some straight thin lines, and I can get thinner lines than that with the same exact brush. Is how I use them. I am gonna apologize in advance because this shrink kept going in and out of focus, because like with a camera, the more you move, the more out of focus is gonna go when it's close up like this. So I do apologize for that. But the nail art design wasn't too complex, so that's why I left it in here. As you can see, it was just random lines, and after that it was just dots following it, just in the opposite colors. So yeah, like I said, you know, just work them lines. This is a 90s design, so it doesn't have to be per se like neat, but you want to keep the lines nice and crisp. this one or the IBD works great. I mean, it's up to you, whatever you prefer, whatever you have, put it like that, or whatever rhinestone glue you like to use, period. But as far as for the charms, I'm going in with a small tiny bead of clear acrylic, and then as you're gonna see, I'm taking my acrylic and just filling it in around it to get it to stay in place even more and last as long as possible. So yeah, and then after this part, you're gonna see the me taking my file and just roughening up the nail, and then going in with that bling gel or slash UV gel and just putting on my rhinestones. There's really no way to explain that. You're just going to take your wax pencil and place them on there any way your client would like them. She wanted them like this, kind of like an ombre-ish, only on the tip effect. I don't really know how to explain it, but you know, you'll see how it is. But yeah, and I just, in order to put this on her, obviously, as you can see, I just took my dotting tool and I just spread it around, and I put on a generous amount so it could like drown the bling, if that makes sense. Like, you want it to like snuggle them. You don't want to just put on a little thin layer. Put on a nice glob amount, and yeah, they should stay on there nice and well.